Hello everyone. In this video I want to show you a few simple yet effective things for modifying and changing the imported files. So here I have this step file here that I imported, and since there is no feature detection on this, I cannot really go ahead and modify. Let's say if I want to make the cylinder a little bit like bigger in diameter or taller or anything, I cannot do that. If I want to get rid of these fillets, I cannot do that. If I want to get rid of that hole or I want to change it or anything, I cannot do that, okay? Because again, there is no feature recognition here. So it's what we call a dumb solid. So is there any way that I can modify this when I imported it, right? Let's say all I have is the step file of somebody, not the source SolidWorks file. And the answer is yes. So if you want to get rid of something, then you can use the delete feature, right? The delete face, which is under surfaces. So if I say I want to delete the face, and it says what face is that you are trying to delete, and you say I want to delete, let's say, this face here, okay? And there is delete option, there is delete and patch option, and there is what? There is a delete and fill option, okay, where the delete just gets rid of it, the patch tries to kind of fill it, right, just like this one, so by extending the surrounding surfaces. So if I want to also get rid of that one, right, if I just delete, look, you get what? You get the object, and I should have also deleted that one too, right, so let me add that to the list. So you see here, I just made this object, and now I have created a surface body, right? Which I explained in a previous video, but I created this cavity here, which of course I can basically fill it with a fill command or with a planar surface. But on the other hand, if I use delete and patch and show the preview, now would that do anything? Let's take a look. You see here, it cannot do it. It says the faces cannot be patched due to geometry condition. So although you just need to bring them together, it cannot. How about delete and fill and tangent fill? Let's take a look at this. There we go. You see? So here it could get rid of it and make it filled, and still you have a what? You have a solid object. So you see, I could easily get rid of that. Now, what about these fillets? Can I get rid of these fillets too? Yes. So again, if I go ahead and delete this fillet here and this one, right? And then I say go ahead and delete and patch. Let's see if I can get this one done. There we go. You see? So it extended these connecting surfaces. So basically, get rid of the fillet, and of course I can do a similar thing for this one as well. So here you see, by extending the connecting faces, right, it can do it. Now it's interesting that in this case, as you can see, it could not do that. Look at here. So I say delete and patch, and when I click on that, it says they cannot be patched. Again, you might be tempted to use delete and fill. Let's see if I can do it. Right? You see, it didn't. So in this case, delete and fill did not do it, and delete and patch could not be done. So what can I do if I want to get rid of that fillet? Is there any way to do it? And the answer is go ahead and just delete them. Okay? Just delete them. You should be able to do that one. There we go. And now what you need to do is to extend these surfaces and then trim it. Okay, so I can go ahead on this one and then do the extension, right? So I say I want to extend this surface and just give it a little bit of extension. That is too much, but let's say that's even half of an inch. In this case, should be good to go. And then you want to also extend this surface, right? So let's go ahead and extend that one as well as this one. And there we go. You see, so now you have extended them like this, and then you can go to the trim command and use mutual trim, and you want to trim basically this one and this one. Now here you have to also specify what to keep or what to remove. So I say remove for me, and then I say remove, let's see, I can go down here and so here for extend, and then we say, hey, get rid of this part and get rid of that part, okay? And now you can see that this surface trimmed is one good surface, of course, right? And if I want with this trimmed surface, since it's, if you take a look at the cross section of it, you see, it's one closed surface, and so I should be able to convert it into a solid body either using the thicken command, right? Or I should be able to use the neat surface. So in this case, I guess everything is already taken care of, and of course, since it's one surface, I cannot neat it, okay? So I cannot create a solid because it's just one single surface. So you might say, well, could you thicken this, right? So here we use the thicken option and we say thicken this and then create solid from enclosed volume, and then we okay that. And now there we go. Look, here I got the solid. Okay, so neat surface works when you have several disjointed surface. In this case, it was just one, so I could use the thicken command. Okay, and now this is a good thing. Still, if I want to make this cylinder bigger, right? And I can do it, I cannot do it by changing a dimension, right? Because there is no dimension here, okay? This is just a thicken feature, not an extruded feature. So how can I make the cylinder bigger or taller, for example? Let's look at that modification. So for that, what you can do is you go to insert and you go to face. And here use this command move face, which is a powerful command. And here you can choose to offset the face, rotate the face, or translate the face, and it will modify the other faces attached to it so the part completely can be modified. So let's say I go ahead and say I want to translate this face. It says fine. How do you want to go? In which direction, right? So I can say, hey, I want to go in the direction normal to the top plane. So, or you could choose the y-axis in this case. And which direction do you want to go? Let's say I want to go for ½ inch in this down direction, right downward direction. And now if I say okay, look, you see, the part just got ½ inch taller, the bottom part of it, and it's perfectly solid. Or let's say I want to make this cylinder a little bit bigger, this top cylinder. Again, I go to insert, I go to face and say move face. This time I use the offset command for this guy, right? And I say maybe 0.2 inches, give an offset to that, right? And let's see if we do that, is that gonna make everything bigger? And you see it does, okay? And there we go. So you do not need to have basically feature recognition necessarily and recognize that as extrude and then basically change the dimensions and everything using these commands that I showed you, which is basically deleting face, delete with fill, delete with patch, using extension of surfaces and trimming them, thickening, moving faces, and so on. You should be able to what? You should be able to do lots of different things. And let me show you one other command. And that is for holes like this. So here I changed the original part and got rid of the top cylinder and left this hole on the top surface. So if you want to basically fill this and get rid of this hole, other than using the fill command, right, or plan or surface, you can also use this command called delete hole. So if you say delete hole and choose these edges, and it is going to basically get rid of the hole for you like that. Okay, now still the part is a surface, it's not solid, but clearly you see you got rid of the hole, And equivalently, you can do that in this case with the untrim command. So you say untrim this guy for me. Okay, and if you can see, you see, just by selecting a portion of the edge, you can untrim that hole. So this command is also useful to get rid of that hole. And again, now that you have this, you can go ahead and create a solid object out of that. Okay, so these are some simple yet very effective commands using surfaces and using face commands, especially the move face command, that you can bring in a DOM solid like that, a step file or any file that does not have features, and you should be able to do some basic modifications. Hopefully this was useful to you. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.